Hello, AfterBuzzers. It's me again. It's time to talk about Wrecked once more. Season 2, Episode 10, the finale. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Just feel it, you guys. Boom, boom. Welcome back to the Wrecked AfterBuzz. I'm your host, Andrew Mena. Sitting to my left, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Amy. Say hello, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
You did the thing.
Hello, Amy. Yeah, podcast people, we were lip syncing hard.
Yes. I mean, we're still deep in it.
Yes, we are. I love this song so much.
It's such a good song. It's so apt for where we're at in the show.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Okay, but yeah. So, hi, everyone. I'm Amy Cassandra. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AmyCassandra_TV and AmyCassandra.com.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can find me on the internet also. If you Google Andrew Mena, it'll probably come up. I have something I'd like to talk about, you guys. First, we here at AfterBuzz, we don't like to take a lot of your time just to like do stuff. So bear with us while we do a stuff real quick. As always, we want to thank you so much for your support. We actually have some really exciting news about AfterBuzz coming up. Whether you are a new listener or a longtime AfterBuzz fan, you know that we are the world's #1 destination for TV coverage. You've seen all the papers, all the news says so. Well, starting next month, we'll be expanding our content beyond just after shows to bring you whole new slates of content, formats, and guests. It's gonna be great. Our after shows aren't going anywhere. They're simply evolving, like some sort of Pokemon, perhaps. Most of the shows you love only air for part of the year, but during the rest of the year, these shows have news constantly breaking that we want to talk about. So, the ESPN of TV talk, we know that it's our job to cover it. So we'll have in-depth coverage, show coverage for comedy, drama, animated, truly anything you can imagine. Nothing is off limits. And given our no-limits approach to TV coverage, we realized that sometimes it can be hard to find the shows you love. And we listened. So we're restructuring the website, shows, and our platforms to make it easier to find what you're looking for. Our YouTube channel will be divided into 9 sections by genre: comedies, dramas, reality competition, wrestling and sports, animation, sci-fi, fantasy, superheroes, that's all one category, red carpets, and lastly, our own featured and original content. There's a lot to be excited about, but it's not all going to happen overnight, so stay with us. As we develop, we'll be experimenting to cater to your TV desires, which means your participation and feedback are going to be important. Essential, even, to deliver these custom shows. To keep up to date with everything, be sure to sign up for our monthly newsletter. We're launching it in September, so you have time to get in on that first one. And check out our show, AfterBuzz Weekly, with Megan Stetcher. That's all I have to say about that. If you guys are fans of AfterBuzz, stick around. If you guys are a fan of Wrecked, now it's time. So Wrecked. Oh, this episode.
Boy.
Girl, I mean, I had a lot of emotions, like an ocean of emotions, as it were, by the end of this episode. And we'll kind of go, I've kind of broken it down, so we're going to kind of go through the dots, all right? So first thing I want to talk about is Cory versus the Dream Team. That's kind of the first thing we got. Cory... Okay, so at this point we have Cory establishing that he's crazy. He's left Owen and Danny in the cell. He's trying to get Flo on his side. Thoughts? I mean, there's a lot here to unpack.
Yes, he's a crazy psycho, and I think every single episode I'm surprised by how much crazier he can get. He gets, for sure. I love, though, the amount of Titanic references we had with the Dream Team.
There were a lot.
That's why, guys, we played My Heart Will Go On.
I mean, and speaking of references, you mentioned that you didn't get a reference about being in the jail cell, the arm thing.
Yes.
Like popping your arm out of the socket?
Yep, I must have skipped that.
Okay, no worries. And that may be just like the movies that you're watching, because they referenced Lethal Weapon 2, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen that movie recent enough to know if that's what that is. So the thing that I got from it, and you guys can like answer in the comments below and let us know if we're totally off base on this thing, but like I remember that like if you pop your arm out of your socket and you're like if you're handcuffed, so your hands are behind your back, you'd be able to like step over your arms, right? And then escape that way, like your arms would be in front of you now, and so it's easier to like pick the lock, blah blah blah. That's the thing that I understood from it. I was like, oh, I don't think that this is the scenario. So that's what I was thinking when he was doing it. I was like, oh, this is not the right scenario for that to work for you.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but yeah.
I mean, I no previous experience in that. I have no idea. But I did understand Flo coming in, Florence, and finding the key and all of that.
It was so good.
Oh, I love it.
It was right underneath me. It was so easy. It was so
It just
cute.
melted in my
I
butt.
love that we find her there and she's good and like they have that dream team moment and like I'm pretty sentimental. I'm pretty easy to like get to feel things, but they had me, you know, like they had me in that moment of just like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, dude, no, I'm sorry. Like I was dumb. I was dumb. Like if like I know it's silly and tropey and like we see it a lot on TV where both people apologize, but if people in the real world did that more, I think it would be a better world.
We would all just be so much happier.
Yeah, if people were just like, you know what, man, I'm sorry. It doesn't even matter. You know, it doesn't. I'm sorry, because it doesn't even matter. It's just like, dude, I love you so much. I love you so much. Dude. Right. We just need more of that. Need more of that.
There you go.
I loved their "Welcome to the Dream Team" line. As soon as she got down there and was helping him out, it was great. And he like apologized to her, which I thought was like, it's so easy in like the day where we're at. Like, I think it would, like 5 years ago, I think this show would not have included, and to say that, I'm talking in circles. I don't think that shows in the past would have included the apology to Flo, which I think that was really important.
Yes.
I think that normally in a TV circumstance like this, Danny's character is just like, bro, I'm sorry that I was not broly, but I still feel the way I feel, and like I still don't like Flo. But in this opportunity, he was like, no, I did a really dumb thing, and I was really shitty to you and to Flo, and I need to apologize to both of you, and now we're all cool. Now we're all on the same page.
And now we're the dream team.
Now we're the dream team. And now he can do the lost my pants bit. Oh my God.
So sweet.
So good too.
Yes.
And like the first time, like you remember, I was like, what the heck? I have no idea why that worked. This was the same thing where it's just like, he's just doing the thing. It's great. It was so good.
I feel I'm going to apply that in random situations to
You
test
should.
the theory
My
out.
frickin' bra. Yeah, I can't wait to hear your accent when you say frickin'. Yeah, the way she says it is just so weird. Wonderful. So I'm really happy with the way that it all turned out. It's crazy that they murdered Cory. I mean, I kind of didn't think that they'd go that far. I thought that I thought it was a situation where they'd like throw him overboard or they'd, you know, like it would be more indirect. And I guess it was a little indirect. She chops the rope that then like hits him with the chili pepper. So it's a little indirect, but I thought it would be more indirect where they don't actually, oh, we murdered a guy. Like now they have to say that.
Well, and you realize that they didn't sound that scared about it or that traumatized by it, and I didn't think that they really hurt him that much.
I didn't either. I mean, we saw the blood stain on the like table that he hit, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, ooh, that seems painful, but also like, would he be dead? Maybe? I guess concussion. I don't know, man. I don't know how heavy that chili pepper was. I almost wish that they gave us like one moment of like, geez, this chili pepper is so heavy. Why did they hang it or whatever? So later we would be like, oh, that thing crushes skulls.
Yes.
You know, but that's okay. Neither here nor there.
I mean,
I'm
it
fine
worked.
with the way that it went. Yeah, exactly. Any other thoughts on Cory and the Dream Team? Because I feel like, you know, I just love all of it. I love the moment where he like goes into the elongated speed reference and he's like, I'm Keanu Reeves. I just want you to end up with Keanu Reeves. I'm Keanu Reeves. And he does the whole thing. It was so good.
Yeah. Well, the part where they're trying to get on the boat. So Cory's like, yes, Flo, let's go in there.
Yes.
And then she's thinking, she says, no, hello, Titanic reference, when Rose jumps out of the boat, and I wrote this down, it's Cal. So remember the guy that we never remembered? It's Billy Zane's character.
Okay.
It's Cal.
Yeah. His name is Cal?
Cal.
Good. Now we know that.
Cory is Cal in this situation, and I loved it because that's one of my favorite parts of Titanic. She jumps out, she finds Jack, and then he says, "You're so stupid, Rose." And I was just waiting for that too, and we kind of had that.
We kind of did.
Yeah.
We totally kind of did. I loved the moments too where she finds them in the jail cell, and he's like, "It's not like that you have a bad butt. It's just that," and he just is like backtracking, doing the thing Danny does. I just loved it. I love the weird Cory moments we got leading up to his death, like I'll bring her back dead or alive. And you're like, wait, why would you bring her back dead? Shut up. And it's like, yeah, you don't have an answer for that, dude.
The Shining reference.
Mm-hmm.
Is this? Oh wait, is this mahogany?
Is this mahogany? Yeah, I wrote that down too. That was really funny. Is this mahogany? Yeah, it was really funny, really cute. Cool. I think we're in a really great spot. I think, yeah. The friend zone bit he's like something about the friend zone right before he died. He's like, yeah, this is just so typical of a woman. You give them all of your attentions and blah blah blah, and then they put you in the friend zone. Oh, and we were like, I hope that every guy who feels that way about the friend zone sees this scene and is like, oh, you're gonna get bludgeoned to death if you keep talking like that, sir.
So don't.
Sir, don't. That doesn't exist. It is in your head. You are a
Yes.
crazy person.
Yes.
You're Cory right now.
Don't be a Cory.
Don't be a Cory, you guys. That said, Rory Scovel, I just want to say, is a comedian who plays Cory, and he's so wonderful. Does such a wonderful job at this. And we're hating on you, but we're only hating on what a wonderfully bad character
Good
you're
job.
playing. Good, yeah. Golf clap. Let's move on. Let's jump down to my next favorite part, Stephen Luther. Stephen Luther, you guys. Oh, man. Again with the me getting emotional thing, like when they were sitting there in the like in the thing trying to
drunk
get
tank.
no. Under in the boat, right?
Yes.
And Steve's trying to help Luther get away or escape essentially.
Yes.
I loved all of it, but basically, let's see, where's my notes? Oh yeah. We're always gonna have that. Remember, we're always gonna have that. And like, I don't want my best friend to die. Like, they just decided they're best friends so quick, and they're both so down for it. Oh man. So let's jump right to the thing, because there was a moment in the boat where I was really emotional. I was like, this is so beautiful. Like, you saved my life. And he looks up at the stars, and it's just so beautiful. And they all take a moment to like revel in the fact that they are alive, and like, oh wow, that's more than a lot of people can say.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Well, see, that's what I love about Wrecked. That yes, it's comedic most of the times, and it's but it has its moments where it just makes you step back and think, holy crap, no, this is a really good point. We need to stop, look up at the sky, and thank whoever, whatever you believe in, that we're alive.
Yes, thank the stars, man, that you get to see them. Yeah, I thought it was so good, so beautiful and lovely and warming. And then they get to the new island, which we'll talk more about in a moment. But basically, and I guess, you know what, we can lump this part into the new island discussion. So let's talk really quick about the lifeboat. Right before they get to the new island, we have the lifeboat with Pac, Steve, Luther, Karen, Jess, and Todd. And Chet.
Oh,
and Chet. Let's not forget a switchblade wielding Chet. He like whoosh, pulled that shit out. That scared me and then made me laugh. I was like, holy shit! Oh, Chet has a switchblade. He's gonna kill somebody. And like, why did he pull that out when he had the whole bottle gun to the guy? Anyway,
I know. Maybe he found it later.
To Steve, possible. Very possible. It is a pirate ship. He easily could have gotten that just from them.
Yo-ho,
A pirate's life for me. Go to Disneyland, you guys, and invite us when you do.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so much to say. I love the chum to the water bit where he kind of threw up and he's like, oh, I chummed the water. Oh, don't be careful if any sharks might come or whatever. That was stupid and great. I just love that as a joke.
Well, Pac eating a person.
Oh,
is
yeah.
now
All of the
out in
secrets
the
come
air.
out. All of the secrets come out. Pac's eating somebody, all of the money. Chet and Steve kind of go a little crazy. Karen goes a little crazy. Jess and Todd.
Three-way.
Their three-way secret comes
It's
out via
okay
Pac.
when
And
it's
yeah.
in a three-way.
Yeah, exactly. And Todd even is like, Karen brought the plane down. And for a minute, we were all like,
No.
what? Tell us more. Because, like, I wouldn't put it past Karen. Like, she could have totally put the plane down by accident.
Maybe she wanted friends.
Yeah.
Forced friendships.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons I feel like she could have been like in the cockpit doing a thing that accidentally got everyone killed.
There's something about Karen.
Something. She's our wild card.
Forget
I feel like
there's something about Mary.
Yeah,
there's something about Karen.
I feel like she's our wild card more than anyone.
Yes.
Okay, so we've talked about everyone. I think we've got a lot of great bits. Like, this is the thing about this show is it's such a strong ensemble cast. Like, every person in the show deserves their own like main story, and I love that about this show because in life none of us are the main character. Well, we are all the main characters of our stories, but we're also
all the world's a stage.
All the world's a stage. Yeah, I could get dumb and philosophical and a little bit repetitive about it, but I feel very strongly about like really strong ensemble casts and an ability to kind of move around, and the idea that these people, their lives are all changed for having known each other, and like none of this would happen if it weren't for each other, you know. So before we get into the new island, I kind of wanted to talk really quickly about like the first 2 seasons. I mean, I love the show. I'm so excited, and I think that so much has happened. I mean, a lot has definitely happened,
Yes.
and we've gone from an island to a boat, back to an island, and
Different.
A
Islands.
different island. Their trees are different, is what they said. So
Yes, thank you, Karen.
thanks, Karen. So I'm really excited to see where this show goes. When they got on the boat, I was so excited for all of the possibilities. We talked about like potentially doing like a turn the boat upside down. What is that called?
Poseidon.
Poseidon Adventure thing, and like Titanic. We got like
Thank
we
you.
need some more Jaws. I think we're gonna need a bigger boat, but you know we need more than that.
Yes.
I want Karen to be Shaw. Come on, guys. Karen is Shaw from Jaws, right? It
Yes,
just
I
fits.
can see that.
We just need her to have that hat. So I'm really happy with the show. I think it's a beautiful show, and I don't know how you guys are feeling about it. Tell us your favorite moment from seasons 1 and 2 below in the comments. We want to talk about it with you. This is like, it's crazy that this show is over. It feels like too quick. That said, renew it. I hope it gets a 3rd season.
Renew.
All right, yeah. If you guys have a moment, go to Twitter right now, tag Wrecked TBS, and make sure you hit renew, or by hit I mean type. Renew Wrecked, all in capital letters. Let them know, you guys, because we're gonna let them know, and I think a lot of voices are better than a few voices, you know.
This makes sense.
Okay, let's talk about this new island. So you don't know this reference. We talked about it outside, but I'm gonna tell you.
Yes.
So you guys, some of you maybe have read the short story "The Most Dangerous Game," which is my prediction that this is what this next season is gonna be. The Most Dangerous Game is a short story about a group that washes up on an island. The inhabitant of the island goes, "Oh, welcome. Here's some food and water, and you have 3 days. I'm going to hunt you." Essentially, he laughs like that in the book.
Good.
I think.
Wow.
Thanks. So I'm excited because first we had just kind of straight up castaway, kind of lost situation, and then we had like some boat drama, and now we have an actual like, oh, there's like you got to be constantly on the move. This is a very scary situation. You
There's
are the
a
hunted.
threat,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. So this is awesome. Like, I'm really excited. It's awesome, but it's very frustrating. And it's frustrating mostly because of the reveal we get at the end. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, before that, I want to talk about how when they landed on the island, we're thinking, okay, so it's not the same island.
Right.
Okay. And then you could tell there was something that was going to happen.
The way?
Luther.
Yeah. I
Luther's
knew
jumping
something horrible
around.
was going to happen to Luther, and I was so upset because I just fell in love with Luther.
And
You guys are going to take him away that quick?
Steve was so happy. My best friend. Do it.
I know.
Do it.
My best friend.
Yes.
That's not very good.
No, it is good.
You're good.
My best friend.
Yeah, but it was so sweet, and I think it's hard because on the one hand, I see why they did it. They're like, we can't give Steve someone who loves him unconditionally, who views him as a hero, who.
Why?
Well, I know, no, but like because he's killed people, because he like took over the island in season 1. I agree. I love Steve. Don't get me wrong. Like this is coming from a Steve lover.
I know. I'm
But
defending
I get why
Steve.
they like wanted to take away the one person who would have always been on his side, right? And also, I understand from a narrative point of view why they were like, all right, they're going to get to this new island, and it's going to be real dangerous. How dangerous? Well, someone has to die. Ooh, who are we going to make die? Someone random, like a Cory, but adjacent? And they're like, no, let's make it someone who would be really, really upsetting to lose this quickly. It's like, yeah, there's only one person who would be that upsetting to lose this quickly. The one we just saved the life of in this episode. So I get it. And I want you guys to know that I get it, but I still am so frustrated. And then the big reveal.
Yes. Okay, so we see that there are landmines.
Yes.
And I love the way they shot this, though. We pull out from it, and we see cameras.
Yes.
You can
We
see
see like a tech room kind of thing. Lots of
Yes.
camera setup.
Yes, and then we see decapitated heads.
Heads on the wall like trophies.
Yes. And the last one we see is Emma.
Bum, bum, bum.
Emma, as in Florence's friend, her BFF.
As in she didn't escape the island. She got to a different island where she was hunted to death. That's so crazy and upsetting. And like, so okay, we're going to jump right into predictions because we're already there.
Yep.
So, predictions! Ooh, there it is. Yeah, that's right. These are our predictions. Haunted predictions. It sounds like they're haunted. All right. So my prediction is that Flo has to kill this guy. Like her best friend, she's gonna find. Like we always hoped that Flo would be reunited with Emma, and they will be now, but not in the way we want them to be, in a very upsetting way. So Flo has to kill him. Like I think that's kind of the arc that we're gonna go on with Flo.
What makes you think it's a him?
That's absolutely fair. That's totally fair. I just assumed because of the rate of the story, the original source material, that it was some like guy in a pith helmet with a big white mustache, like, bah, I'm rich and bored, like. But it could be anyone. You're totally right. It could be a lady, like, I'm rich and bored, like something like that.
Where's the Barracuda?
Where's the Barracuda?
Steve says something, but it's confusing.
I think he was just talking about her in reference to Luther,
Yes,
right?
but where did she go?
I think they're still on the island, the first island.
So they just don't care.
I guess. I think that this is a great question because I'm sure that they all have like a timeline. Like we know where these pit pirates are supposed to be at. I assume that they left all the pirates on the first island when they took their ship. They were just like, all right, you guys are stuck here now. Have fun. We survived. So
Bye, Felicia.
yeah.
Yep. Well, okay, so you think Florence is going to do that. I think Danny and Owen are going to team up with Florence then.
Yes.
Dream team.
Absolutely.
I'm scared about Steve turning over to the dark side because he's lost.
He's lost so much.
Luther.
Yeah.
Yes. And the Barracuda's not there for him physically.
Right.
So it's just going to get
Karen
tricky.
might be. She's been there physically for him
That
in the
is
future or in the
true.
past.
And then Pac is in dangerous territory because now people don't trust him because of the money.
Right.
So
Absolutely true. And Chet's become a little volatile. Like he pretended to have a gun. He has a switchblade. He's like acting out a little bit. This is not the chill Chet we've come to know.
Yep.
So there's high tension. They're being put in a situation of very high tension. So I think that's a lot. Like we don't trust Pac. We think, there's secrets all around. People are kind of everyone for themselves, and that's a really bad situation to be in when you are faced with a single common enemy. So I think that's a great spot to put them in, and then be like, hey, guess what, you have to work together, butts.
Wait till season 3.
So that's what we're hoping for. You guys, this show is awesome. Do you have any other thoughts before we get grooving?
None, except thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us on this Wrecked After Show. It is a beautiful, wonderful after show. We are happy to be a part of it. If you guys enjoyed this after show, give us a like, leave us a comment, say something nice. We would like it. We'll read it later. You guys, Wrecked is a great show. Hit the hashtag #RenewWrecked on Twitter right now. Meanwhile, you can follow me on Twitter at @AndrewMena, on Instagram at @TheAndrewMena, and if you Google me, I'll probably come up too.
Yay! And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AmyCassandra_TV and AmyCassandra.com. Also here tonight, Popcorn Talks, just Popcorn Talk.
Singular.
Box office breakdown. We're going on at 10 tonight, Pacific time. So
Tune in, you
join us
guys.
there. Yes.
And thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Is this mahogany?
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.